How do you guys move on for this week ahead after that game on Saturday?
Yeah, I think after film yesterday, we all went and watched film. On the way out, Coach told us to flush that game. We learned from it, obviously, watching film. But we learned a lot, I think, from it didn't look like it, but getting blown out. But there's a lot of things we could learn from a great team like that. With a team like that, to be the best, you got to beat the best. And we're gonna get to that point, and there's a lot of things we learned from Ohio State. So we're going to take the things we learned, we're going to flush that game behind us, and we're going to move on to Northwestern.
What did you like?
There's a lot of times that we looked at that game as Ohio State. They've had that same greatness instilled for about 10 years now. We're just on that uphill rise. We got 2 years under our belt, I think, to get to a caliber of a team like that. But we're going to move on from it and grow from it.
Do they seem wholly different from the team you took on in Columbus?
It's hard to say. There was a lot of times where like yesterday, where we were in bad fits technique-wise. I think, but it's hard to say. It was a great atmosphere on Saturday, and they got the best of us. That's all I can really say.
So you guys talk about the 24-hour rule a ton. Do you actually take 24 hours to think about the game, or do you find that once the game's over and you get home, it's like, okay, on to the next one right away?
Yeah. We do the 24-hour rule, but there's a lot of times, personally, guys want to go in their own and watch film because we're that hungry to learn from a game like that. So a lot of times for these guys, it's hard to stay away for 24 hours. But we're watching film on our own. We're learning from it. And I'll watch a play, and I'll call Jack, and I say, hey, what'd you think of this play versus that defense? What would you have done differently? And we'll learn from it. But it's hard to stay away for 24 hours, but you got to do what you got to do.
How much have you played compared to maybe the last half of last season when it seemed like you got more passes, but how much have you played this year snap-wise?
Yeah, I think this spring was a big jump for me personally with Jack being hurt. I took a lot of the ones reps, and that allowed me to take a big step. Kurt, he's a great football player. I think I took a big step over him in the fall, which has allowed me to play a little bit more in the two tight end formations. And it even seems like we're playing more two tight end sets this year than we did last year. And I think that comes with Coach Frost trusting us more and more in this offense.
Is that the too tight stuff? Is it been more run heavy, or is it the defense dictated that? Or?
Yeah, it seems like last year we were more run heavy out of two tight end sets, which makes sense. But Coach Frost, I think, is getting to a point to where we can run all of our offense out of two tight end formations, which we know it. I think he's getting to that point to where we can do anything. That's all I got to say.
Where you become a receiver.
Yeah.
In effect.
Yep.
How excited were you guys when the power I formation was brought to the table there?
It was hard to trust what he was saying, knowing that we're a spread offense. And watching it on film Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we were like, Coach, you're crazy. And we don't know how this is going to work. But Thursday, Friday, we started seeing it when we have our perfect practices or walkthrough, and we're looking like this might work. And for that drive, they haven't seen anything like that all year. And we executed it really well. We drove all the way down the field, just a missed throw and catch just a little bit, and I think it was lucky that the defender was on his back and picked off that ball. But I think that's a huge weapon that we can use, because a lot of times teams are practicing for our spread RPO offense, and when we could throw in something like that, teams got to waste a couple of days just talking about this I formation offense. So
were you in on any of those plays?
Yeah, I was. That long drive I was in the whole time. It's different blocking, but we handled it, and it worked really well, I think.
You're running back two tight end.
Yeah, there's certain plays out of that formation that we can go two tight end, but a lot of times it'll be like an option. We're going to want to Wandale back there. I'll catch a pitch any day on the option, but logically, I don't think that's what Coach Frost wanted.
It seemed to suit Dietrich Mills quite a bit. He seemed to really fit in there.
Yeah, he ran that exact offense at Georgia Tech. They do that fullback hitting right away. So he's used to that, and you can tell in practice he just loves hitting it downhill right now. So
Do you have a name for it? Are you guys going to call it the Frost Formation?
I don't know what he's got called for. It's just it's formation and then a play call, just like we usually do.
So that hadn't come up at all before this week. Before this
We,
past
we,
week?
we've been practicing it. We never really knew that we was going to be that heavy of a set for this Ohio State game. I mean, he's toyed around with it a little bit, but he really installed it last week, and I like it.
What are you saying watching film of old Nebraska? Is that what you guys were watching?
Yeah, Coach Frost pulled up a lot of his clips. So, yeah, so it was nice to see him running this offense. So it was a better understanding for us. He could tell the guys exactly what he wants out of us.
Crop tops off and everything.
Oh yeah, bring it back for sure.